What's good, y'all? It's comedian Eva Evans from the cast of Hustler in Brooklyn on BET, and you are tuning in to Press Pause Productions.
Hey everybody, my name is Shannon, and this is Press Pause Productions, and here we have...
Eva Evans.
How you doing, Eva?
I'm
How
good.
are you today?
I'm good, girl. I love your hair.
Oh, thank you.
I had the
you.
same style. I had blonde, though.
Yeah, done by me.
Oh, you did it?
Yes.
Yes, for the plugs.
Yes.
Style by me.
Yes, style by me. Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself.
I am a stand-up comedian. I live in Flatbush, Brooklyn.
Flatbush?
Yes, big old Flatbush. I am a Jamaican, very proud. I grew up in New Jersey, big up Englewood. And I've been in Brooklyn about 10 years. Been doing stand-up comedy for over 3 years. And it's just been such a blessing.
Really?
You know, I'm on BET's new reality show, Hustle in Brooklyn, every Tuesday at 10 p.m. I just got so many things going on.
Yes, that sounds really exciting. So, what got you into comedy?
Well, the thing is, I've always been funny. Comedy, I've always been funny, and I've always been a fan of comedy.
Yes.
In high school, I won funniest.
Funniest
in the yearbook. Mm-hmm. So my class voted, and that was a shock to me because I always made my class laugh, but I didn't realize that people enjoyed it that much that they voted me in the yearbook.
Yes.
Like that was such a shock to me.
Yes.
And that was the first time that I realized, I'm like, oh wow, people enjoy my humor. Right. And but I never thought of it as a career until I went through a terrible breakup. I ended an engagement.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was my first time being in love. We were engaged, and he completely broke my heart to the point that I fell into depression, and I was just writing jokes as a way to try to relieve that pain. And one day I just was like, you know what? Let me try this out at an open mic, and I did it, and the rest is history.
Yeah, and that's what's up because I've also been through a bad breakup, depression. It's that's a really good way to get yourself out of it.
Absolutely,
it's not even worth it. I'm funny, I'm happy.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
And
yes.
I'm telling you, humor is so therapeutic.
It is.
I know it sounds cliche and corny, but it really is a medicine.
It really
Laughter
is
really a medicine.
It really is. And
it really does heal the soul. It really does.
I can really attest to that because. And whenever I'm sad and I have a friend around, they make me laugh. I'm just I'm not even sad anymore.
It's unbelievable the things that humor can do. Because I do, you guys know Rikers Island, the jail in Queens?
Yeah.
So I perform for the inmates there about 3-4 times a month. Yeah, I'm the only female comedian that they have. So they have 5 comedians that they signed on, and I'm the only female. And I go in there, fierce.
Yes.
Okay.
Looking good.
Looking mad good, even though I'm going to.
Even though, funny.
Right.
Okay.
And the men, they at first they're gawking at me because they haven't seen a pretty woman in a while.
Right.
But after I get into the groove of my set, they are so respectful. They love my set. They respond very well, and it makes me feel really good to know that I'm bringing laughter to someone who is locked away from their family, their friends. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's people's fathers and brothers and uncles and sons locked up in there.
Yeah, you probably a really good outlet.
Right, and it'd be petty shit.
Right. Yeah.
Because the system is designed to lock up our young brothers.
Yeah. Keep it
over bullshit. Yeah. So I go in there and try to make it a little better for them.
Yeah, and that's great because. It's a lot of us, a lot of them in there,
right.
A lot of black men.
I do get paid though. I ain't doing this shit for free, but
gotta get your coin.
Right. But I love doing it. I love doing it.
That's really great. So tell me about your comedy show, No Fuck Boys Allowed.
Yes. Okay.
I want to hear it.
So I've been producing this I have a co-producer and a co-host. Her name is Rebecca Lewis. She's one of my best friends. She's this tiny little Jewish girl. She's so hilarious. Yeah, we've been best friends for a while. We've been producing this show called No Fuck Boys Allowed. It's a comedy show, straight stand-up comedy, and BET actually filmed it twice.
Okay.
They've already shown one of the performances already, and I think this following Tuesday they're gonna show the other one that they filmed. And so we're housed at Brooklyn House of Comedy in Bed-Stuy, which is the only Black-owned comedy club in Brooklyn. I want to say New York City, but I need to double check that before I say anything. But I know for a fact it's the only Black-owned comedy club in Brooklyn. I love supporting Black businesses. That's really important to me. So it really meant a lot to me that the Brooklyn House of Comedy invited me into their venue to house my production. And it's just been growing. When we first started it two years ago, 2.5 years ago, Literally, the audience was 3 people: my mom and Rebecca's parents, and they came to every show. It's a monthly. They came to every show, and now it's been filmed by BET, aired on BET, and it's damn near sold out every show.
Really? See,
So
that's
to see,
amazing.
right,
That's
to
really
see my
amazing.
baby grow like that,
Yes.
because my comedy show is my baby. No, fuck,
yeah.
that's my baby. And it's amazing. And the reason why we started it is because I realized that, like any other industry, comedy is very sexist.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
Extremely sexist, male dominated, and I would go to certain shows and they had separate rules for the girls.
Oh,
Sometimes one time I went to a show and they told me, oh, no sex jokes. I'm like, okay, no problem, because I don't only have sex jokes. That's
Right,
corny for you to only have sex jokes anyway.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, no problem. That's not an issue for me. That's never an issue for me if someone tells me no sex jokes, because I don't do sex jokes at Rikers for obvious reasons.
Right. Okay.
So I'm like, no problem. That's fine. The comedian before me, he goes on there and his entire 15-minute set is about his dick.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, when I'm watching his set, I'm like, oh, when he gets off, the producer's gonna get in his ass because he said no
Right.
sex jokes. He comes off stage, the producer gives him a pound, and he says, "Good job, bro."
Right.
I'm like, oh, so that was just that was for me, no sex.
Right,
For the
right,
women, no sex. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
And when I first started doing comedy, I wasn't really taken seriously. Like, guys would just book me because they wanted to talk to me,
Yeah,
not
you're
because,
pretty,
not because they really believed in me.
Right.
Some guys would be like, no, we don't have any time. We don't really think
Right.
you're gonna be funny. I'm like, well, at least let me go up there.
Right.
At least let me go up there and bomb before you say, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and then they would still try to talk to me even though they denied me
Right.
stage time.
That's crazy. And it's
Yeah.
all the time with everybody. Like,
Like,
everybody has like the same story.
right.
Like, oh, he didn't let me do this, but he still tried to get my number.
Right.
Like, it's really ridiculous.
And it was very insulting.
Right.
And Rebecca would be with me, and she would see the type of, the treatment I was getting, and she'd be like, you know what, we should just start our own show. I'm like, we really
Right.
should.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, and like none of these fuckboys can come.
Right.
And I was like,
that's how it came
and that's
about.
how the name came about, and that's how the
Okay.
show came about.
Okay,
So
yeah, I
yeah,
fuck with that.
yeah. So no fuckboys allowed.
No fuck with that.
But yeah, so it's just growing. It's to see the show on TV is just amazing, and it's so special to me. And I'm out here in Philly because I have a show tomorrow at 2300 Arena
Okay.
with Ken Jones, Classic Lloyd, Charles Walden, and Hilarious Omar.
Oh yeah, I like him.
Yeah,
I fuck with him.
yeah. I
He's
mean,
funny.
he's mad funny. Me and him were on a show together in DC last month.
I follow him on Instagram.
Yeah, he's
and
wild
I think
funny.
He's really funny. Okay.
He's wild funny.
Okay, and so I heard that you're actually on board with the Jamaican embassy
Mhm.
right now, so I really want to hear about that.
Right. So like I said, I'm a proud Jamaican.
Yes, and I'm a proud Haitian.
Oh yes, girl, I love
Yes,
Haitians.
see, and I love Jamaicans.
I love Haitians, and I love Haitian food. I love Haitian music.
Yes.
I used to bartend at a Haitian restaurant
Really weird.
in Flatbush.
Really?
Girl, you know Flatbush is Little Haiti.
Yeah, and I need to go up there because it's not many in Philly, and it's
You know
it makes
Flatbush
me-
is Little
Yeah, I need.
Port of Prince, honey. Okay?
Yeah, I definitely need to go up there.
Yes,
'Cause I need
but,
some, like,
yes, no.
Jamaican food other than mom and
Right,
and stuff.
right. But yes, okay, so I went to the Jamaican embassy yesterday to renew my passport and also to meet with the consul general. The consul general, she's a young, well, she's like in her 40s, but she's the youngest consul general appointed by the Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Okay.
So that's a huge deal.
Yes.
We had a meeting for about an hour and a half, just talking, just brainstorming about ways that I can get involved in developing my country and what I can do for my country.
Yeah.
And so they're starting this board because Jamaica has no battered women shelters, not one
okay.
on the entire island.
Oh, wow.
And domestic violence is an issue,
Yes. Yes.
but there's nowhere for these women to go.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like what you're trying to do here.
Yeah, and actually there's been a 10 to 15% increase in domestic violence cases as of 2018 in Jamaica, but there's nowhere for these women to run to for asylum.
Right.
So she and I were discussing that, and so they're starting to bring together a board to start building these shelters for these women, and I'm gonna be on that board.
That's amazing.
Yes, and
I
this.
really like that.
Thank
That's
you,
so great.
thank you. And this issue is very,
Helping women.
yes, and this issue hits home for me because my mother is a domestic abuse survivor. I actually watched my mother get her ass beat multiple times a week for 11 years by my stepfather. 11 years of my life, I watched my mother
I can relate.
get beat down. So you know, and she eventually left him when I was 22. So from 11 to 22, from 11 to 22, that's what I was exposed to. And she finally left him when I was 22, and my mother's so strong. And I'm just like, you know, thank God my mother was in New Jersey where there are resources for these women. You know what I'm saying? But what about the girl in the country of Jamaica that has nowhere to go, no resources? She doesn't even know where to turn. You know? So I'm thinking about those women. So I'm just beyond, like, I'm just so excited about this project.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I really want to hear more about it.
Oh yes, girl. And if you, you know, if we're gonna have some events. If you want to exchange emails, I can invite you to the fundraising events that we're going to be having. I'm going to put together some, I want to put together some comedy shows where all the proceeds go directly to the cause. They've acquired an old hotel that they're going to build up. They're going to fix it up, build it up to be the shelter. One of our first.
Really,
That's really and it's going to be high security, you know, we can't we can't disclose the location. I can tell you the parish is going to be in St. Mary, but I can't say exactly where because you know, for obvious reasons it can't be a public address because then the men will roll up and try to So I mean, that's just something that I'm just so excited about being a part of. Like that
sounds really good.
Yeah,
like, that's what we, you know, people when they get famous or whatever,
they
worry about the wrong things. When it's like, you know, you should just try to help people. These, you know, you have fans, like, so like, why not try to help people that's like
exactly. And my thing is, I'm not even like, I mean, like, I go places and people sometimes recognize me. I've been recognized a lot for the past like 2 or 3 weeks. It's like it's increasing with people recognizing me. But I don't want to wait until I'm on a Rihanna or a Tiffany Haddish level for me to start doing shit. You know what I'm saying? I can start now. With my, you know, community. I got my little 11,000 followers on the gram. You know what I'm saying? I can start doing my shit now. So that's really important to me. And what else I got going on? But I just want to give a shout out to Trudy Deans. She's the Council General I was talking about. She's an awesome, amazing woman.
So yes, everybody, thank you for tuning in. My name is Shannon, and this is
Eva Evans. Listen, follow me on the gram, Eva Evans Comedy. Visit my website, evaevanscomedy.com. Watch BET every Tuesday night at 10 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you, and good night.